Thank you for having me here, Priyasha. Flavourtech is an Australian company that started over 40 years ago when our founder, who was a winemaker, was sent from Adelaide to the town of Griffith, which is one of Australia's largest wine growing regions or grape growing regions, to actually set up a winery. When the winery was set up, he found that he had certain problems where all the grapes would come in together and he just didn't have the processing capacity to process all the grapes into wine immediately. So he was looking for something that could desulfite grape juice. At that time, one of Australia's premier research organisations, the CSIRO, was working on a particular technology called the spinning cone column. And he heard about it and approached them and said, "Hey, this technology sounds very interesting. Do you think it could desulfite the grape juice?" And they said, "Well, let's play around with it." They played around with it, and yes, it could. So he decided to purchase the technology and commercialize it. And that's how Flavourtech really started to desulfite grape juice in the wine industry. Well, it became very apparent to us that even though the spinning cone column technology was first developed for the wine industry to desulfite grape juice, we soon found that it could do other things that customers wanted. It could remove alcohol from wine and beer, but also it could capture natural volatile flavors from a variety of products. And one of those products that we came across very quickly was coffee. So without any qualms at all, our founder and his associates went across to Brazil and started talking to coffee companies, and so our business in the coffee industry was born. Our coffee and tea business is now something like 60 to 65% of our business worldwide. But more importantly, we also found that we could process fruits and capture the very fresh notes of fruit flavors that makes the technology so important to all the flavor companies around the world these days. You know, to get the very best in flavors, the technology has to be very gentle. So we use low temperatures under vacuum and with very short residence times. We often talk about the quality of the aromas that we capture. And quality is really the benefit that comes from processing something with very short residence times. And we're talking, 1 second for our evaporator. Most evaporators use high temperatures for many minutes, and that destroys a lot of the active ingredients in the product. Our evaporator that only has 1 second heat contact time managed to capture all the vitamins and active ingredients that are in the product to make sure that it gets to the consumer. Our other technology, the spinning cone column, is a distillation column, but can process in 25 seconds the product and capture the natural flavors fully intact. We can process many different products through the spinning cone column. So in the coffee industry, we're used quite often to capture the coffee aroma from the process early on before any high temperature processing occurs, so the fresh aroma can be added back right near the end, just before it gets made into a powder. In the juice industry, we capture the natural fruit flavors from the puree or the pulp of the juice product. So once that juice or product is made into a concentrate, the natural aromas can be added back, with none of them being lost in the processing stage. The same in the wine and beer industry. It's a two-step process. In the first pass of processing the wine or beer, we're capturing the natural aromas, keeping them intact. And then in the second step, we're processing it and removing the alcohol. And then that natural aroma that we captured early on is being added back to give that beer or wine the full flavor that it originally had. Well, one of them is travel. We were very impacted by COVID. Without our technical team or our service team or our sales team being able to travel, it was very difficult to talk to our customers and meet their needs. However, through the use of AR glasses and webinars and phones and the internet these days, we were able to continue our business. One of the other problems that we find is the fact that language can be a barrier. So we have agents or distributors all around the world that can talk the language of the customer. Flavourtech is also a company that has almost 20 different nationalities working at their head office in Griffith. So, to give you an example, a few weeks ago I was negotiating with a customer from Brazil, and our finance manager at the time, who's Brazilian, was able to get on, and it just made the whole process so much easier. Sustainability for us can be from various matters. It's our equipment and the energy use by our equipment. We've been looking at ways to reduce energy using environmental heat exchangers that actually use the hot product that's coming out of our system to heat up the cold product coming in, and vice versa. But we're also looking at ways to improve our energy efficiencies and our water usage. The other way that we're helping our customers, however, is that our technology can also be used to process waste streams. So this is a very important fact on sustainability. So our customers are finding that instead of throwing out those orange peels or apple pomace, they can actually process them and make a value-added product that they can take to their customers around the world. This is not only for fruit products, but also in the area of plant-based meats. We can actually remove some of the undesirable notes that those customers are finding in some of the plant material that they're using to make those meat substitute products. Well, Flavourtech has always been an innovative company. Our technologies are like nothing else in the world today. Our focus on quality really makes a difference. You know, there are other ways to do the applications that we're in, but Flavourtech is really the one that's leading the way in terms of quality, and we are the gold standard in many of the industries that we focus on. Flavourtech staff have a focus on innovation. It is one of our key metrics in the company, and every year we set aside a certain amount of money and time to look at ways where we can improve our technologies or our applications. We also work very closely with our customers around the world, where they approach us and say, hey, you know, we have a need to be able to do this. How can you help us? And that's really where we create a team atmosphere with our customers to create something innovative for the consumer in terms of flavour, in terms of taste, in terms of mouthfeel, but also the health benefits that are involved. So Flavourtech stays in touch, and innovation is part of our mantra. Our customers are some of the global customers around the world. You know, they approach us, they want to stay ahead of their competition, so they approach us to work together. So really it comes back to teamwork and listening to our customers. We listen to our customers of what they want to achieve and how they can make a more competitive product for their consumers. You know, it's a very competitive market out there, so unless you're innovating all the time and creating something new for the food and beverage industry, you're really lagging behind. At the moment, one of the items that I'm really excited about is that we have developed a smaller spinning cone column, what we call the SEC 100, which is allowing some of our customers to purchase a system that can process maybe 20 to 50 litres per hour and play around with it, so they can come to market faster with the products that they're working on. Prior to that, they had to process thousands of litres per hour, but now with only 20 to 50 litres, that means that they can do a short run and quickly come up with different taste and flavour profiles for their customers. The other thing that we're doing that I'm very excited about is that we're cooperating with one of the world's first forward osmosis companies, and it's really a company from Denmark called Aquaporin that has a very unique system that is even being used on the NASA space station at the moment to purify the water that the astronauts are drinking. This particular technology is able to concentrate aroma without damaging it, which means that our customers can make more innovative products and newer products with that technology as well, not losing any of their flavours in that concentration process. So here in India, we have our service team and we also have sales representation that can come in and visit you directly. We have many customers in India, and in fact, sold our first system in India over 30 years ago. I personally have been coming to India for 15 years and love India and love the curries, love the food, love the people, and love it every time I come here. So I spend a lot of time with the India-Australia Business Council in Australia, and it is a very important part of Flavourtech's business now and in the future.